Thank you so much, Ginny, and thank you, FLICKR, of course. Welcome to the LEC post-game lobby, Polska Górą, today with Trimby and Jankos. First things first, Jankos, was that a burn? Was that a compliment? I don't even know how to take it. You were here when League of Legends was created?
I think it's a compliment, of course, right?
Okay,
I'm sure he meant it as a compliment, that I'm so experienced and
killing you with kindness.
I don't need to like stress myself with the games because I've been through it so many times. So I'm sure all he had in mind is definitely a positive thing.
Yeah,
I think it was the most positive comment I've heard while I was here. So yeah,
from FLICKR?
I think so about Jankos. So that's how it is.
Yeah, how is the communication between you guys actually? Like a lot of banter, or are you nice with each other?
I'm not
What's the
really in the
dynamic?
banter so much.
Yeah, I know.
I am a bit, but I'm still, I think, not into the team yet, right? Like fully. So like they probably don't know me yet, like 100%. So it's like probably not that comfortable, I would say. And like I don't know how far I can go. Probably they don't know as well. But they're slowly getting me there. You know, they're trying to make sure I'm like adjusted to the environment.
So you're just starting to flame everyone, get it all out, yeah.
Part of the process.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of like this. In an environment like this, you do like to trash talk a little bit, so that's nice.
Yeah, atmosphere of trust. That's what we want. Everything is going well for you guys, honestly, since the beginning of the split, ramping up slowly. You qualified yesterday. We had the lovely pleasure of talking to your mid laner yesterday. Knowing that you qualified, what was the goal going into today's game in terms of like adjustments so that you come up ready for playoffs? Jankos.
Well, I don't think we had any specific goal in mind besides winning, right? I don't think we really care that we qualified because I think we are actually like good now. It's not a coincidence we won these games, right? I think Trimby brought like a lot of positivity to the team. Not like positive attitude, but like really good gameplay.
Yeah, I'm not bringing positive.
Of course, he's also positive, but I just mean he brought a lot of good gameplay. So I feel like, and it's Vero too, right? I mean, like it seems to be working. So I feel like we, I mean, my Sejuani is really boosted today, so definitely the goal was not to play Sejuani because as I thought I can like pick it whenever, right? I didn't play it in a long time. Last time we played against Vitality, I was kind of boosted. Now I picked it, I was kind of boosted. So I suppose I'm grateful for my like Senna Yasuo to be human today. And my mid and top to be human as well, right?
Yeah, get
I mean,
carried
top lane,
sometimes.
I'm not sure about like that, the early game, but it's fine, you know. Yeah, it's okay. Happens to the best, right?
Trimby, anything you want to add on this? You were agreeing hard on the Sejuani comments.
I mean, you know, if like Jankos wins another MVP of the game, like sure, let's, you know. I think he should get it at the end of the day because I think he's been having really exceptional split overall, like as well others, right? So like, it's nice to play overall right now. I think also we're just like playing well, like as a unit, and like individually we're like of course not there yet, I would say, but I think we're like really trying to help each other out, and it just shows during team fights at least.
Agreed.
Yeah, and what's that kind of like in the early stages? Because you say, when you look at used to, it feels like you've just slotted together like you've been playing for years. Like you're constantly moving together. The communication is working really well. Like, is this something that you feel like came naturally, or is it something that you've worked on over the course of the couple of weeks you've had?
I mean, I would say at least, right, Jankos is quite knowledgeable, as we already like said. Yeah, at least FLICKR said multiple times. And
Someone has to say it. So.
Right. And
I mean, he's 25 years of playing, so he
that's
knows.
true. And you can legit see it, like when he's not even like saying anything, and you just like look at the map what he's doing. And like for me, it's like also easier to do things, right? Because I think we're like matching fine. I don't think we're like always together or not doing stuff, but I think whenever it's needed, we're actually at least trying to figure it out how to do it. I think that's something that's like nice right now because it's still a new team, right? With me coming in and Zvyro, so we have to like figure it out what we want to do and how we want to do things, as well as just help a little bit Zvyro out with. I mean, he has good macro knowledge for sure, but also right, he like lacks some of the things that LEC mid laners had like just discovered for years, you know, right now, because there's been quite a bit of him. So yeah, like I think hopefully we'll be able to also help him with that, and I think he's been doing a lot of good work when it comes to that.
A bit more on this, maybe, Jankos, as the jungler, working with a rookie mid laner, a fresh mid laner, also who had to come in like a hard situation, I believe. I don't want to talk about the situation or anything, but more including him in the team and making him feel safe and also setting him up for success, because it feels like he would have a part to play in this.
I mean, I think that, I mean, everything, I don't want to take away anything from like the things you said, but I would say that Zvair is not really like a super rookie mid laner, right? Like he played in the scene for a while, so he's new to LEC, which is very important because I do agree with Trimby. I think there's like some things he doesn't do compared to LEC mid laners that they did in the past, but we had a lot of successful LEC mid laners that were like kind of rookies coming in, like Jackie's and Frescoe, I think this year, at least 2 of them. And I feel like, you know, he has been performing very well. I think he's a confident player. And I also think that the way our coaching staff is trying to teach the game is the same in academy as it is in LEC. So that made him understand the game on like a very similar level to our team when he came in. So there was no need for building synergy. Of course, sometimes we need to talk to each other about like mid ganks or how do we want to play certain situations. And that's not always perfect. But as far as it comes to macro game, I think he has the same understanding as all of us because this is how we chose to play the game and this is what we believe in, right? And this is something that we, I think, struggled a lot in winter. I feel like we had different ideas. It was hard to always play properly because of it, or like, I mean, properly just comes down to what you believe in, and what we believed in was not always on the same page. And I think it was already improving before we brought Zvairo in. I mean, yeah, it's looking good now, right? So I'm happy that through all the work we put in between the splits and also at the beginning of spring split, we can actually like play human.
Yeah, it's just a matter of dynamics sometimes, and things click easier than other. I want to highlight a specific player here because Trimby, FLICKR got the Kia player of the game. We were saying backstage that this is the least Trimby bot lane that I would have expected. We will touch on this later. But tell me about playing this kind of setup, Senna, Yasuo, and how is it playing with FLICKR? Because I love interviewing him because of the energy he brings. That he brings the same kind of energy in game.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. The way he like just plays, right, and as well just like talks, it just helps a lot with like energy levels, of course. And then individually, I think he's been performing really well lately. And overall, I think all the time he was in LEC, right, I lost to him in finals one time.
Yeah.
So
And you won one time.
Yes, and you know that. It does happen, right? But it was, I think now working with him and like getting to know him a little bit more, he's for sure, he's slightly different than like AD carriers I had previously. I think he's
Like a bit special, you would say, right?
Sure, I mean, we can go this way, but
I need more on this.
in this regard, right, I do like the thing that he's not really scared of picking whatever he would feel or like I would, you know, tell him or like ask him for, and he just like goes for it, right? I think he's like I think he's pretty confident when it comes to that, even though he might not be sure, you know, about certain things, he'll go for it. And I think that's something that I also am myself a little bit. So it's like, it feels a little bit nice, the like spot on bot lane, right? Where it's not only like, right, when I won LEC, right, it was a lot about support, how I like manage my picks. But lately in the metas, it was not as easy for me to figure out which counter picks I want to do, right? And I think sometimes the AD carry can be the one actually to like, you know, force some stuff. And I think he is like he's just a perfect example of a player that not only is he able to actually carry on like a meta champion like Zeri, but he's not really scared of playing those unconventional champions like the Yasuo and just pull off, you know, and show really good performances on it.
And for me, it's always been a characteristic of Laure Dagda, playing the unconventional picks, being the selfless, adaptable AD carry that basically you want in a team. And for me, when you look at Team Heretics and the success and progress that they have, I don't know, they have a solid enough basis to work on to be flexible and take risks in draft. For me, that's the road and that's the success you want beginning to playoffs. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I think the fact you brought it like the Senna Yasuo today kind of solidified that a lot for me. Because I think the cool thing about like watching you guys play has been how well you two have worked together and like the synergy you have and like, hey, we're going to play around mid, we're going to play around Zvairo, we're going to be able to find these picks and start to like snowball the game in that direction while getting a ton of early control. But bringing in the Senna, you still roamed a little bit, but it was a bit more like, hey, we're going to take a step back from you kind of providing, or Trimby providing a lot of the CC or the engage, and it's kind of more of a case of, hey, I'm going to wander around and try and be a damage role as well, while FLICKR is going to play a very different role too. And I think that was really the interesting part for me today, was seeing how you are able to adapt in these new scenarios and look impeccable on them as well.
Yeah, I mean, I do like when I'm put in situations where, I mean, I don't know myself too much because we didn't practice that much, the Senna Yasuo, to be honest, and me specific on Senna. Maybe some games where it was like so random. I would
Yeah?
say.
And the Sejuani, I want to be clear, we did not practice
Yes,
Sejuani.
stop making excuses for yourself.
Okay, we can keep going.
The champion did not just come out. Like, you're supposed to know how to
Okay,
play
well,
this
sure,
type of
I played
champions.
it many
Sorry.
years as I was pretty known for it at some point, but you know, like my eyes were bleeding in the game. I even communicated
Ours
with
as
my
well.
team, like, oh my god, guys.
Does this
I'm
mean you have to go
supposed
back to playing it more often?
No, no,
so
no,
that
no,
you
no.
can,
I
like,
think
get
we
the
just should not
practice
drop
of it,
the
you know?
Yasuo again. I
Yeah.
think that's the fix.
Should be. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
If you
fine.
wanna
It's just a
keep on
draw
going.
diff at the end of the day, and that's what happened. I don't know if it's for us or not. Right now, it seems like we're quite lucky if the performances of certain
Yeah.
players were just not it, right? But on it, I don't know. Like it was nice to play today. I think even though I think we misplayed one or two situations, I think overall we had a basic idea of what we want to do. And I think we are like approaching every single setup properly, right? I think on bot lane specifically, I wouldn't say we were like winning a lot, right? Because we also had to be cautious of enemy champions. And then I saw what was happening a little bit on top side. So, you know, you have to like cool it down, not make sure that your side of the map is not on fire.
Yeah.
But I think we did a really good job and I got a lot of souls. I think as well, the fact I get to play Senna, it also helps because I'm the support. So even though I am dealing damage and probably in some occasions I'm not gonna do what other AD carries on Senna will do with like damage graphs, but you know I know where I know where I should be, I know how to ward, and I think it helps tons as well, right? That we can actually support, like I can support and as well deal damage when I see someone, as we did like, you know, on the last fight.
What Jim is trying to say is that you don't want to see AD carry main on Senna because the warding department is
I
on
know.
fire and it's completely
pretty bad.
disgusting.
Like when we played it with comp, we did work on it quite a lot. So
Yeah.
like I can every time I see comp on Senna, sure, you know, like. But with FLICKR, I think it's fine. I think people are over exaggerating a little bit, but yeah.
Who? No way.
I'm not sure. I mean, we'll figure it out when it actually happens, right? When he actually gets to play Senna, then yeah, you never know. Maybe I'm gonna get like some chogat or whatever. Would be nice.
Wait,
I
can I
love
ask for
it.
like one thing before we
Yeah?
finish the day? I'm not sure
We're
if
good,
we are
we're
like doing
good.
that, but like, are we doing can we see the standings or no?
I was about. Well, can you call for them? Look at the camera
Yeah,
here, and you're like, let's take a look at the standing.
Okay, I'm really blind. We are taking a break tomorrow, but no, not that one.
Yeah.
Oh wait, not that one.
You can read that.
No,
Actually,
read
read
it,
it
yeah.
because we need to give the viewers the info. Can you read
Yeah.
the prompter?
Just underneath
Yeah,
the camera,
this
you're
one.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are taking a break tomorrow, but on Monday we have the Okay, can you
Conclusion.
take over?
Yeah, we're taking a break tomorrow, but on Monday we have the conclusion of the LEC Spring Split, and at the end of today we only have 3 more open seats for the playoffs. See, this is how we want to do it.
I mean, guys, it's not that far. I think I know why we missed a little bit of those Sejuani ults. Like,
oh my god.
Anyway, I thought we are kind of secure top 2, but we are definitely not, because if we just lose a game on Monday and then Fnatic and G2 win, then we are kind of in a pickle. So we kind of have to win one more game against Giant X, which is on fire, 2-0.
I
So-
will explain the stakes for you guys and you guys at home, of course. What do team need to do to lock here? Looking at the teams we have on Monday for GX, MDK, and SK, for each of these teams, they need to win their game and they will lock into playoffs. For Rogue, not looking that great for them. Lock at least a tiebreaker if they win on Monday, but if they lose, they're out. KC, they're not guaranteed in any scenario, but they have to win to keep any chance of making it. If they lose, they're locked out.
Bro, it's so crazy.
Team Heretics, the gatekeepers.
Right?
This weekend.
But there's some spicy scenarios, no? Because many teams could have 3 wins. But I
mean-
suppose it doesn't actually matter because you have maximum 1 tiebreaker thing, right?
It's one. It's
I think it's
like it's head to head, right?
yeah,
The
it's head
split.
to head.
Yeah.
So it's only one tiebreaker, like for 8th. So it's
There's
not
2
like-
scenarios for 3-way tie,
Yeah.
And
and you
then
play 2 games.
we
But
play 2
then
games?
it's-
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Wait,
please.
did we actually play 2 games?
There's
Yeah.
2 scenarios for this. 3 scenarios.
mean,
for
but
this.
then there
and it's
has
for the
to-
bottom teams. It's not
Okay,
actually
but
for you
then
guys.
but then there has to be like one person that I assume that will have to do the draw show, and somebody.
That'd be
I-
Well,
Yeah.
there's no more draw show. We're doing it backstage. Something we'll explain later, maybe. But yeah,
Oh.
we'll
Oh.
represent it.
That's,
I'm very-
that's
But
nice.
upper seats
I'm
won't
very
have
sorry.
tiebreaker.
That's such a shame.
Yeah. Oh,
no one can stay in the
Oh,
studio
no.
after our
Oh,
game.
we have our first
Yeah.
game actually.
It's actually the victory time that resolves the remain of the rest
Okay.
of the tiebreakers that you have. So yeah, that's how it's done. You want to look at the matches that we're gonna have on Monday, Dagda. What does your expert eyes tell you?
I mean, for
on
Casey, having to
game
beat
one?
VDS is not going to be an easy task, so I'm a
Nope.
little bit worried for them. And then, yeah, lads, how do you feel? You basically just get to decide what opponents you have in playoffs. Like, do you want to just let Giant X win so they get through? Or is it like, who do you actually want to try and face off against?
I mean, the thing is that I believe if we lose, the NG2 and Fnatic wins, we are third team, and third team normally faces like actual good team. But if we are top 2, you get to choose, and then you can choose from like the bad team. So, I mean, for example, last split we were the bad team, so we got chosen by BDS. But now we could be choosing BDS. I'm pretty confident, Masha, right?
Yeah.
So it hardly depends how we do against Giant X. And I mean, I don't want to like stop them from making playoffs, but I think we kind of have to if that's what it takes for us to have a good seat. And what the benefit of being top 2, assuming G2 is also top 2, is like you end up in a different group than them. And you can face them in a BO5, and then possibly you can face them again, so you have a lot of practice. So I mean, it would be great to play them, right, in like a better environment than we did for like the past 2 years when we were kind of boosted.
Sounds good. We'll see this on Monday, and yeah, wishing you luck, of course, in this matchup. I think that's all here for us. What's the plan for you guys tomorrow? Are you screaming? Are you taking a break? Like, I don't know what teams are doing.
We are screaming.
Screams.
Can I say who are scream?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm like easy on you.
I mean, yeah, we're screaming a team. It's fine.
They are screaming a team, actually. Hot news here in the LEC. Thank you all so much for joining us, Yonko Strimby. Always amazing to have you. Dagda, same for you. Amazing to do PGL with you. And yeah, you guys, I mean you, LEC viewers, Twitch chatters, we will be back on, what is it?
Monday.
Monday. Mark this in your calendars. Monday is when we are back for the conclusion of the spring regular season. Until then, take care and see you soon. And see you Monday, actually, not soon.
In the LCS, champions aren't born, they're made. Champions are crowned, history is reforged. The beauty of the game comes to bear in its tensest moments, where the crowd roars and cries at each joy and heartbreak. Where split seconds make the difference between the fallen and the forever. The LCS is always here to bring you back into the game, time and time.
Red Bull gives you way.